What's happening, guys? I'm coming through another video, and I'm going to speak a little bit about brain fog after dealing with a narcissist, because this is something you're going to feel. It's something I felt heavily in certain times in my life with certain individuals. It's a real thing, and you feel this way because they're projecting what they feel onto you. They're masters at doing this. They want you to feel what they feel. Because if you feel what they feel, then maybe, just maybe, they can give it to you and they can feel and exchange what you feel. It's like narcissists exchange demons. They take you, they take your identity, they take your soul, they take your gifts, and they leave you for dead. It's hard to think about shit like this, but it's true. Some people would literally think this is crazy to say this, but it's actually what they do. And I don't understand it, but if this happens to you, you're never going to be the same. Like, it's going to take time for you to ever even come close to feeling the same. I don't feel the exact same like before any of this shit happened to me. I feel a lot similar nowadays today than whenever I was really younger, but there's still shit that's just not right. It's the way you see people now is what's changed. You know what's out there. You know that your love life and how you've seen it, it's not ever going to be like that. I think that's what's changed the most for me, personally. What you thought you would get so easily, so effortlessly, it's not going to happen like that. And you know what? You might strike gold, you might get some things you want, but it didn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen. And I'm just speaking for myself on that, but... So, this is why you're going to feel this way. Narcissists want to come into your life to take your soul, to take your identity, to take your traits, to take everything, to take the way you think. They want to take all this stuff and replace it. They want to switch. So they give you their demons. They give you all this stuff because when you treat them so good, when you give them so much love, when you give them so much of your attention, it rubs off on them. They're going to feel happiness. They're going to feel alive when you give them this, and it's slowly taken from you because they're not giving anything back. You see what I mean? They're getting all this from you, but you're never getting anything back. Anything you do get back is fake. And you know why it was fake? Because they left you just like it was nothing. They left you like you were worthless. And they did this because they wanted to take what you had and run away with it. They're not done collecting souls. They're not done collecting energies from other people and discarding any bad energy they got left out of their bodies. They're going to give it to everybody else, and they're going to run off with everybody else's happiness. And this is what they do. They collect souls. I confronted people about this before, after it already happened to me, letting these bitches know, like, my soul's mine. And I shit you guys not. I said this to them. And it's almost like they made a joke out of it, but they knew what I was talking about at the same time, and it concerned them. I got that energy. It was very weird. I'll never forget it. And this shit is just frightening. It really is. And I think this is why, like I said, why I will never be the same. You always have to be aware of this shit. Not to the point where you're paranoid. I'm never paranoid about this shit. I'm just aware of what is actually out there. And everything else is fine. But this is what this channel is about, is awareness. And you have to be aware of these people, because you just never know who it could be next. You could think this is the next best thing. And all of a sudden, they're taking what you got and they're running with it. And you just gave them all your time, all your energy, and they gave you nothing but this brain fog. They will isolate you away from family members, friends, everybody else in your life. This is their objective. They want you dead. And they do a hell of a job at doing this. Trust me, they do. There's almost nothing you can do but isolate yourself from certain individuals and certain people when something like this goes down. I was very isolated, but at the same time I still felt really good for the last years. I'm much more not isolated today than I was a couple of years ago. I'm around a lot more people today. I still have energy dips and stuff like this. The last 2 or 3 days, my energy's just, I feel like if you're working hard, if you're doing a lot, it's hard to keep your energy levels up high. They're usually always fluctuating down low. You just barely give yourself enough energy to do something else, and now you use that energy up because you got something else to do and it goes back down. Instead of waiting and healing and resting, I should say, and getting it up. You get it up a little bit, now you got something else to do and it brings it back down. That's where I feel I've been at just the last couple days. I'm trying to boost that bitch back up to here, but it'll happen. But yeah, so you guys gotta watch out for these types of individuals. Like I said, I'm very aware of this and what is going on in the world right now. I'm not going to be nobody's stepping stone. I'm not going to be no narcissist stepping stone for them to get up on my energy and for them to take everything I got and run with it and leave me for dead. I don't think so. It's very rare that I let anybody in nowadays. It's very rare. The people I got are the people that's going to stay unless they turn crazy themselves, but I don't ever see the people that I got in my circle right now ever turning this way. It's just who they are. I don't ever see it happening, but then again, anything can happen. So, but yeah, this shit's real. You better be on the lookout. Because a lot of this shit is happening nowadays. A lot of people are doing some crazy shit, and then they need somebody to run to. And we can't, none of us, whoever's watching this video, not one of us can be that person for these people. Because we're doing right. We are doing right. We're working hard, we're doing right, we're sticking to ourselves, we're not screwing anybody over, we're not trying to get up on anybody, we're not trying to steal or rob anybody for what they have. Because in my opinion, like I mentioned before in videos, I believe what narcissists do to human beings that have stuff to offer, not even including money, it's worse than rob. It's worse than actually stealing money or stealing from a store or anything like this, in my opinion. When you get your soul snatched, when you get your faith taken away from you, your confidence to the very low of the lows, it's tough. She's tough to come back from. Let's just say that. You guys know what I'm talking about. it gives you other issues in life. You might get PTSD. You might be going through some shit. You could even develop drug habits, alcohol abuse. You could get off onto some shit. You could commit suicide. There's people that commit suicide over these people, guys. I don't know how anybody else, because like I said, I have a very solid, strong mind. I don't know how anybody else would have handled the situations that I went through in my life. I'm not sure how anybody else would have been able to handle that, but I was able to work my ass off to get past all that bullshit, and I still got to stay upright today and put my head down and continue to work to stay up, because if you stop, that could be a place you don't want to stop at. You have to continue to work. You have to continue to rise up, because if you don't, you could get yourself back down to the lowest of the lows, and that's a place nobody wants to go. So, and this goes for anybody. It goes for people that didn't even go through this. You have to honestly continue to do the right things every single day to be happy. You can't slack off. Anybody can let themselves go at any time and put themselves in a slump. That's a place you don't want to go to. So everybody got to stay upright. And this just goes for people especially that went through any type of narcissistic abuse. It is much more important for us, for people like us, to continue to look on the bright side and to continue to work hard and push through. Never back down. We're always going to push forward. And all this, it's what we got to do. We can never stoop down to their level. We can never go back. We're only going up. It's the only place we're going. There's road bumps in between. There's going to be shit that's happening. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it. There's still going to be difficulties. There's still going to be other things that test us on a day-to-day basis. Are you guys up for the test? Are you guys up to pass this test? Because I know I am. There's nothing that's going to break me or my soul. And no narcissist on the face of this planet, no devil on this planet is going to take away from me the life that I want. It ain't happening. I will outdo it. You guys will too. And we'll all get through it. I got through the hardest shit. I got through shit that if the same shit happened to me and I went through an equal amount of pain, I don't know if I could ever come up out of that shit again, and I don't even know if I should say that, because I still believe I could. But going through what you went through already, feeling that exact same thing all over again, it wouldn't be good. It would not be good. And I believe I have enough knowledge, understanding, that I don't think there's any way that it could ever happen again like it did. And there were some times where I almost got caught up, even in the last year, even in the last couple of years. This year alone, there's a couple times I almost got caught up. And I did not let it happen. I've seen it, and I put a stop to it. I did what I could not do when I was younger. So that shows, that obviously shows self-improvement. That obviously shows discipline, because it takes discipline to turn down something that looks good on the outside. You guys know that, right? It takes discipline to turn down that greasy, juicy, double bacon cheeseburger at In-N-Out or any fast food place. You're hungry. You want food. You need carbs. You are starving. You got a burger and fries in front of you. It looks good on the outside. It's hard to turn that down. You're hungry. You got that shit in your hands. It's hard to turn that down. You got a good looking girl that's acting nice. She's acting sweet. She looks amazing. It's hard to turn that down. It takes discipline. It was hard to turn down my ex after the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time. And I didn't have as much discipline then because I was a lot younger, without the knowledge, without the understanding. And even the other times, even when it got to a point where I did turn her down, it still was not easy. You get triggered. Something goes off in your mind. A part of you wants to do it, but the intelligent, knowledgeable part of yourself will not let you do it. And you need discipline also on top of that to not do it. Because you know there's good right there. There's not really good, but there's, like, you know what I mean. You'd have a good time some way, somehow, for at least a short period of time if you were to go back. It's not worth it. Carry on. You don't want that. You don't want to be in that foggy place again. Because that's all you can see. You can't think straight. You can't even eat. You can't even eat and do these things. I remember how cold I felt whenever this shit happened to me. I just couldn't eat food, could barely breathe. That's how I felt. And it's crazy. And the brain fog, like I said, it's a real thing. So, I hope you guys like my take on this video. That's about it. I got another topic to come, so we'll get that done, guys. I'll be back. I'm out.